Hey, good morning, YouTubers. MotoMerica here. Hey, it's been a long time since I've been riding, right? Couple months. Actually, I've been riding, just not filming. Had some bad weather here in Florida and other things happening in my life, so haven't been filming, but now I'm back at it. And it's a cool day in Florida today, Central Florida. It's about, I think, about 50 degrees right now. Gonna take a little ride around and see how the bike's running. It does feel good to get on it. It's been a while. Nothing special going on today, just going for a ride. No new gear or anything. I still want to replace those orange blinkers in the front. I already have the parts, just haven't had the time. And I also have to finish making that tutorial series. That'll be coming up here shortly. So check back on the channel for that. Yeah, we've had some pretty cold weather in Central Florida. You know, for Florida. I know it's not as cold as other parts of the country, but still cold for us here in Florida. You know, we don't get snow or anything exciting like that, but this still seems cold when it goes from 85 to 45. So the FZ07's still been riding great, having a blast on it. It's like a torque monster, but it's a lot of fun. I'm thinking about having buying the ECU flash thing where I can get rid of some of that engine braking, because it is kind of excessive for normal riding. And just don't need it. I guess they can flash that out of there if you get the upgrade. I think it's like $200 to send your chip in and get it reprogrammed. So I might do that. It's a lot of money, but I might try to save and do that. I don't know. Other bikes I've owned didn't have that, you know, as excessive amount of engine braking, so it just seems different riding, I guess. Really not a big deal, but we always want to dump some money into our bike somewhere, right? You know, the upgrades I've done so far is, you know, the mirrors, the bar end mirrors, the levers, the front windscreen. Got the two Brothers Racing exhaust on there. It's a great upgrade. Did the tiny tail from eBay with the blinkers in the back from eBay. So I'm pretty happy with the bike. Happy with the upgrades. Let's turn down here so we can get to the lake over here. It's not much of a lake these days, but still something to drive around. Lead it over. So you gotta be careful when you first get back on the bike, because you're all excited and ready to go, and you don't want to pass the policeman going with the old exhaust going crazy, speeding by them. They don't like that for some reason. That's kind of low, isn't it? Well, can't get everything you want. So yeah, the sun's been out yesterday and today. It's partly cloudy today. We're expecting another cold front coming through tonight, and it makes it harder to ride. It's not as enjoyable when your hands are cold and stuff. I don't really have winter gear. You know, I have this VRX jacket that has a zip-in liner for in the winter. Cuts down the ventilation. And my chest is warm. It's fine. But you know, the hands get cold with these gloves. These are just the Icon gloves. Not really for winter. But you know, it's good for a half-hour ride. It does feel good to get back on the bike. Remember, after you store your bike, bring it back up after a month or so, make sure that you get that right amount of make sure you have the right amount of air, the tires, that kind of stuff. And always remember, please, before you store your bike for an extended period of time, even a month, make sure you add a gas additive, preservative, into the fuel tank, because you don't want that gasoline in there to gum up and turn into that tarnish crap. That'll cost a lot of money to clean your bike out then. So I used the Yamaha, I forget the name of it right now, but it's a fuel preservative. Pick up at your local Yamaha dealer. You add it right to the gas tank. I actually put it in all year round. That way I don't have to worry about anything, you know, extended period of storage or just bad gas. I use it year round. Not a bad idea. It's not very expensive. So I don't know if you guys are around the country and all that, you're sitting in snow or enjoying the skiing and all that, or different countries, you have your wintertime fun. In Central Florida, we only have two seasons, the green and the brown. So this is pretty much the brown season, even though it hasn't been that bad, so there is some green grass still. But we'll get some freezes where it gets down into the 20s at night, you know, like 40s and 50s during the day. And the grass freezes at 20. So that, you know, like for weeks after that cold front, you know, in the 20 snap, everything's brown. It gets kind of dreary looking. Definitely a fire hazard. Look at all that brown crispy stuff, right? One match out there and poof, there she goes. Tempting, right? So gear in fourth gear. I guess I should shift once in a while. One thing about the FZ07, it's very happy to be in the gear you're supposed to be in, or the gear you're not supposed to be in for that speed. You know, in other words, if you're driving 50, you can be in 4th, 5th, or 6th. It doesn't really care. Six is kind of, you know, too much gear. 5th is probably where you should be. But 4th, like that, then you get a little more throttle control, you know, a little more fun. And the FZ07, you know, it's been getting some great gas mileage. You know, it's not really why I buy a bike, but just for the record, I'm getting about 50 miles per gallon. And that's gallons, not liters. So not bad. I still want to move this GoPro to a chin mount. I got it on the side, obviously over there. And not bad at all today, but sometimes this thing just pulls like crazy. And also it seems to, when it's mounted on the side, obviously it's outside your center core of your body, you seem to get more movement on the camera, even when I just slightly move my head. So I know sometimes the camera makes it seem like I'm moving my head all over the place, and I'm really not. I try to keep it as still as possible so you guys don't get, you know, motion sick. We don't want you puking at your computers. Ugh. But anyway, Here we're coming up to the lake here. This is Rainbow Springs Lake, and it's a pretty small lake. Used to be bigger, I guess. It's hard to see with the oak trees in the way, but you can kind of see it past the kid jungle gym there. It's a nice calm lake. It's all fun. It makes these houses, you know, worth a little bit more money because they're on the lake, which is nice. You could do some bass fishing or brim or crappies if they're in there. If you're into outdoor sports and fishing, hunting, stuff like that, it's all good. Whatever you're into, it's good with me. I'm not here to judge you ever. I don't care what you do as long as it's not bad for the rest of the population. That was a fun turn, right? Just do a little zigzagging in here. These people love my pipe in here, you know. It's quite loud, but it's only quite loud behind me. So that's okay. You know, what do I care, right? That's the history. Everything behind you is the past. And people are going to moan about it, but people moan about everything. I don't know about other countries, but we have a definite moaning population here in the United States. We seem to want to live with the bad news every day. We don't report the good news, which gets depressing sometimes, you know. But the media, you know, they're just really just a bunch of sheep following what everybody else says and believing what everybody else says. You gotta have a mind of your own. Analyze things. Don't believe what the shit that people tell you. But let's not get into that now. Downhills. 15 miles an hour corner. Oh no. So I didn't drive around the lake because, like I said, it's pretty cold out. Cold for me. But, you know, still fun. Still a good time. So it gets spring and summertime again. I have a few people I've been talking to in Orlando and Tampa, about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half from here. They've agreed to meet up and do some rides around their areas and halfway in between, so that'll be fun. We'll get together with a few other bikers, whether they be on FZ07s like this one, or R6 or R1s or Gixxers or whatever they have. We'll just ride it with them. There's some clubs around my area, but not really sport bike clubs. Most of them are like Harley clubs. I got nothing against the Harleys, but you know, if you have a club of 20 Harleys and one Gixxer, I don't know, it's a different kind of riding experience. So I prefer to meet up with people who have similar interests in bikes as I do. But that's just me again. So look at that brown season, right? Nice and brown and crispy. Frozen grass. We do have evergreen trees in Florida. As you can see, those are like scrub oaks and oak trees. We have some pine trees like that one over there. They stay green all year. Different color green, but they get brighter in the summer. But they don't, you know, they don't lose their leaves. We do have some oak trees like those guys there with no leaves that lose their leaves in the wintertime, but they don't really turn color like up north. So anyway, that's my ride for today on the Yamaha FZ07. Still loving it. It's great to get out and ride. So whatever you have, get out and ride it. Have some fun. If you're interested in the FZ07, I think it's a great bike for beginners or experienced riders. the price is good, and that's it for today. So if you enjoy my channel, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you have any comments, post them below the video. It's always glad to hear from people. Communication is great. So anyway, have a great day, guys. We'll see you next time.